Disclaimer before I go, and I don't mean any of this in a harsh way, okay? But you have to be criticized. I understand that sisters hate to be criticized. Y'all love to talk all of the smack in the world about black men. But as soon as somebody says something about y'all start crying. Because you claim to be the strongest women, but you're the weakest. And you can't take any criticism. But oh well, that's not my problem. It's yours. I'm well within my rights of following the rules. I'm making sure that I don't say anything that I'm not supposed to be saying. But I'm critiquing you. And guess what? I'm allowed to do that. So if you can't handle it, turn the video off now.
Nicki Minaj the Predator versus Kevin Samuels interview reaction. Click the thumbs up button, subscribe, and choose all notifications. Make sure you click thumbs up right now. Make sure you choose all notifications. That way you'll be notified when new videos get posted. The links to the other two channels are in the description box. Now, here we go. Nicki Minaj interviewed Kevin Samuels recently on her Instagram live page. Okay? Mead Magazine has to tear Nicki Minaj a new booty hole. So if you're a Nicki Minaj fan, you might want to turn the shit off right now because it's about to go down. Aaliyah's airplane, allegedly. In my opinion, Nicki Minaj is a narcissist and a control freak who grooms men, not by age, but by income. Hide your sons, hide their wallets. All Nicki Petty is to Nicki is a good time, in my opinion. All he has to offer her is his sexual pleasure. He can't provide or protect shit. He doesn't have money. He can't legally own a firearm. So what is he there for? Dysfunctional black females see a man like him as an alpha male. Disturbing yet true. She got with him because he provided the one thing that she couldn't give to herself. That's a hands-free orgasm. I mean, think about it. Black women brag about how they can compartmentalize men all of the time. You know, I'm going to use this one for food. He can take me out to dinner, on dates. This one is for sex. You know, this one can come spend time with me and watch movies with me, but I won't go out with him and won't have sex with him. He's basically a cuddle buddy. Therefore, black women are always using somebody. Everything they do is like a usatory relationship, pretty much. You know, we're looked at as things and not people by these so-called sisters. In fact, there's this very famous quote that black women love to post on social media. That quote is, quote, throw the whole N-word away. And they have memes of men hanging out of garbage cans, like with their legs hanging out and their heads, their upper torso is up in the garbage can. That's toxic femininity. When women see us, they don't see a man. They don't even see a human being. They see a wallet, an ATM machine, a bodyguard, a chef, a dildo with legs, or some other sort of object or employee, or even worse, a slave. In fact, toxic feminist black women like Nicki Minaj make misandry-laden rap music, mislabeling black men as the N-word, trashing us, bashing us, attacking us, and our identity, and all around dehumanizing us in song after song. But then again, black men get bashed everywhere. TV, movies, books, websites, YouTube channels, social media, etc. Black women are the 24-hour bash black men news and entertainment source, a nonstop propaganda mill that promotes and incites disdain and contempt, which leads to vicious and deadly attacks against black men carried out by basically everybody, which of course is exactly what the plan is. I know an agent when I smell one. And when you're not bashing black men, you're promoting white men. Just look at Nicki Minaj's music lyrics, for example. In the song Anaconda, she talks about dating drug dealers. And that's just one of her many songs. Then, of course, there's the song Barbie Teens, made years later. And in this one, she's bragging about how she's so fly, she just bagged a white guy, implying he's the prize. No one's surprised. You expose your allegiance whenever you get mad, whenever you call the police on black men, and whenever you teach your children Jesus is white. You see, black women are Stepford wives. When you see them, thanks to propaganda, you think it's them who are oppressed. However, in reality, she's the one pulling the puppet strings. Any black man that she gets with has to be the Frankenstein monster, and she has to be the doctor, Dr. Frankenstein, who essentially took some part in creating him. That's why they love broken men, like Osiris. They want to put you back together. And those who are in the know that is the spirit of the devil. The main reason why black men who are well-to-do don't dare waste their time with black women is because that's not the man that you want in the first place. Since you want to ask that question to Kevin Samuels, Nicki, well, how come well-to-do black men, successful black men don't date us? Really, heifer? Rihanna, her name is Rihanna, not Rihanna, made a fool of herself. She dated and incited R&B singer legend Chris Lightbrown. Then she chased a Middle Eastern businessman around like a lost puppy as if the relationship had a chance in hell, considering she's a demonic heathen with a pagan black Christmas tree in her home, doing rituals and music videos and everything. Yet you thought you were going to move to a Muslim country and marry a Middle Eastern man? This dolphin four-headed bitch.
Went and got with Pookie and Ray Ray, the thug, the hooligan, ASAP Rocky.
ASAP Pookie.
The black woman's preference. Or how about Beyonce Knowles? You know, the woman who Michelle Obama, former first lady, when she was still the first lady, said if she weren't herself during an interview, she said this, if she could be any other celebrity, who would she be? Beyonce. Really, Heifer? The first lady of the United States of America. She couldn't be herself. If she had to be somebody else, she would be Beyonce Giselle Knowles. Really, Heifer? Really?
Beyonce, the chick who crawls on the floor in her music videos with her ass up in the air like a dog? That woman? Beyonce Knowles came from a middle-class background, had both of her parents, strong and intelligent father, a go-getter, a very brilliant man, who, just like Serena Williams and Joe Jackson, basically made her who she is. And who did this bumpy foot bitch with dragon breath marry? The camel god himself, Hoof. A Pookie and Ray Ray who sold drugs and even shot his own biological brother in the arm for stealing from him, allegedly. And Lord knows how many people got sick or even allegedly died from Jay-Z's drugs when he was out there in the streets, which is what you have is really like. Then there's, of course, Serena Williams. She dated various rappers and white men, etc. Yet treacherous black women are so evil. They ignored all of those white men that she dated before she got married and bashed black men and said, well, none of those black men married her. Long story short, she settled with a white man who has like 1/10 of her money, or is it 1/30th, 20th? I remember I made a video about it. If I remember, I'll post the link to that video conversation. I had a video series about black women marrying down, basically. Anyway, she went and got with a guy who has far less money than her. And he has some sort of ownership in a website that is known for its racist posts, which he's been called out for. In this list of black girl tragic, stupid, idiotic, pathetic, easily avoidable mistakes
and unforgivable piss poor decisions is endless.
No man in his right mind wants a bad luck bitch. It is what it is. Why would I want to deal with a woman who I may die from dealing with? Because she dated drug dealers and killers and gang members, all sorts of worthless criminals. You're putting yourself in harm's way just by dating a black woman. That's a goddamn fact. No matter where the black woman's from, no matter her background, upbringing, financial status, or whether or not her father helped to raise her, almost all of them have dated and had sex with criminals. And I'm far too wealthy and well endowed to lower my standards to deal with trash like that. And excuse the smoke detector beep beep in the background. I'm not at my house. I'm visiting somebody. Anyways, Nicki Minaj said, can we stop posting all day on TikTok referring to black women? She said that she went on TikTok and she kept seeing this shit. She said, can we stop talking? I wish I could do Nicki's voice. Can we stop talking about whether or not these successful black men want us or not? Then she said, can we just focus on us and be successful? And she said, and then they can go out there, black women that is, and decide who they want. Pick the men they really want. Like Kenneth Petty. She had the nerve to say, she's been seeing men use that as an opportunity because they've been hurt. And they've been using it as an opportunity to poke fun at black women and use that as a way to feel like there's somebody or something. Then this witch, of course, went on to call us the N-word, the black woman's favorite word for the black men, always referring to us as that disgusting word. And she said, can we stop doing that on TikTok, but not on those words? She said for the guys on TikTok, the black guys that is, to eat a D word. Oh, so classy. I mean, a man with class would just love to be with a woman who talks like that, Nicki. Really, Heifer? She said for us to eat a D word and to go away. She said nobody gives a shit about them. And she says she wants black women to stop posting about them, to worry about focusing on themselves and become successful so they can decide the trajectory of their own lives. First of all, Heifer, as far as social media is concerned, no. Scratch that idea. Let me take it back decades. Let's start from the beginning. Let's go back to the 50s and the 60s. The 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and the 2010s. Because we got to start from the beginning with this shit. The black woman has used white media, books, TV shows, movies, newspapers, etc., anything that she could as propaganda mediums to slander, ostracize, disenfranchise, and in some ways genocide the black male collective. Black females have disrespected, attacked, abused, and berated, lied about, deceived, and mocked black males of all ages in Western media for decades. It's basically your expertise.
It's what you're known for. It's your trademark. As a matter of fact, this is what black girl magic really is.
Black men were not given a chance to reply or defend on an equal playing ground, and the internet was the great equalizer. And everybody's waking up rapidly to the fact that black girl magic is fake and there's no such thing. Black women are liars for the most part. Black men are collectively right about a lot of things, and black women were the problem all along. Everybody's waking up and smelling the coffee.
This video is going back to the 60s or possibly before then. Of black women bragging about, oh, we're going to go out and have children without black men. This was well documented, at least since the 60s. So y'all can't deny it.
Because the only thing they needed them for was sperm. They were basically a sperm donor. That's dehumanizing and degrading and dysfunctional all at the same time. Black men were saying the opposite. They were like, of course we need black women. They're a part of us. What are you talking about? That's a crazy idea to ask us a question like that. The black man is the most disrespected person in the world for now. And the black woman is the reason why. Ask a black woman to speak with you about her husband. Pull out a stopwatch and calculate how much time it takes before she says the first disrespectful statement or comment about him. Ask a black woman about her father. Pull out a stopwatch. Wait and see how long it takes for her to make the first disrespectful statement or comment about him. As a matter of fact, having your mother around is considered to be awkward, as for a man, for the record. Having your mother around you as an adult is considered awkward, weird, something only a loser would do. Oh, you brought your mom? Everybody knows that. The matriarchy has brainwashed black men to the point where rappers and athletes show off their mothers more than they show off their children. The only group of men who do that are black men. That's it. Even black women don't love their mother that way. They don't love their black mothers the way the black men do. Look at the way that Anthony Anderson made his mother a celebrity, just for example. Black men love and support black women, and it's not reciprocated. Black men support every freaking thing black women do, whether it's business related, relationship related, how to raise and rear children, keep house, and just your bullshit ideas in general. The black man is too loving and too supportive. You witches never notice it because you're too busy sucking up all of the energy in the room and all the attention because everything's about you. The second anything becomes about a black man, there's backlash. Black women have black girl magic, black girls rock, etc. But yet you still want more praise and worship. That's the spirit of the devil. As far as black men seeking non-black women or women outside of the race in general,
as far as companionship is concerned, the news broke not that long ago.
Black women have 1 million babies with non-black men. So these deadbeat fathers that we keep hearing y'all talk about, those aren't black men after all. And according to the statistics, the ones that you don't want to quote, black men are in their children's lives more than any other group of men. You're just a bunch of liars, phonies, frauds. And black men are finally starting to fight back. And please, don't get me started on the TikToks. Black women are right there on YouTube and all websites, anywhere they can go, instructing black women to not give birth to black male babies if they're pregnant with one. And if one of us dies by an act of violence, they refer to as the victim as, quote, bullet bags. I hope to live long enough to see the day where all black men have the same energy that black women have had for us. That would be the happiest day of my life. But I digress. This effort stopped Kevin Samuels from speaking and said, let's get down to business. At a geriatric 39 years old, she actually asked Kevin Samuels, can a man have sex for 3 times a night for the rest of his life? And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why black men who grew up in the curse of the black woman's matriarchy are dead by the age of 25. For example, Tupac Shakur. Sex 3 times a night for the rest of your life? I guess if he dies by the age of 25, maybe even 35. Why would you, at your very mature age of 39, ever fix your lips to ask an asinine question like that? If you weren't prepared for this interview, if you didn't have decent questions, 39 years old asking if a man can have sex for 3 times a night for the rest of his life. Really? I guess if you're dating guys like Safari, whose main job was to carry your bags, no shade or disrespect to Safari, I love him. And then you marry some jailbird, a clown, a gang member who spent years locked up, somebody who hasn't been working hard and handling business like a normal man. I guess he has the time and energy to do that. Come to think of it, what old ass woman wants to start a fire with her dap, her dry ass punani? What old woman is just sitting around thinking about sex all day? Unless she's a former adult film star. Don't get it twisted. I know that Nicki Minaj is an idiot. However, that's still no excuse, for her to ask such stupid questions. If you don't have anything else to talk about, If you weren't prepared with quality questions, you should have not done this interview in the first place. Then again, she is the black woman, so-called, because she is mixed, but y'all consider her to be black because of the one drop rule. But so-called black woman, mixed woman, whatever. She's not being held to any standards anyway. No one's going to hold her accountable for saying stupid shit. Like she said, I be on my dumb shit. Yes, you do. Let's move along. I digress. One of my favorite parts of her interview with Kevin Samuels is the part where she says that she wears a size 4. And we all know good and well she's lying her ass off. And that's a lot of ass to lie off. All that hydrogel ass and hydrogen titty must wear a much bigger size to cover that BPA plastic that you stuffed yourself with. Oh, and she also rated herself a 7, a freaking 7. Nicki Minaj rated herself a goddamn 7 on a scale from 1 to 10. And we know she doesn't think that about herself. Stop that fake humble ability shit. You already humbled yourself by dating a jailbird. No need to pretend to be humble about your looks when all you rap about is how hot you are and how everyone wants you or wants to look like you, and about how you could take every man's chick or every chick's man, whatever you're bragging about in this song. Heifer, you don't think you're a 7, plastic bowl. If you don't Tupperware twerk your ass out of here before I push your big lopsided hide in a 1,000 watt microwave and push power. The craziest part about the Kevin Samuels and Nicki Minaj interview is how delusional Nicki Minaj really is. Any woman who marries, and even worse, makes babies with a man who served time for the things that her man served time for is a bad mother who shouldn't legally be allowed to procreate. Your tubes need to be fried, dyed, laid to the side with pride. The fact someone's small-minded and big-behinded enough to get their wishbone surgery at her height, looking like a walking beanbag with a 40-inch weave, cousin it with ass and tits. To make it worse, you did that shit on purpose, not by accident, has the unmitigated gall to mouth fart anti-male talking points and sentiments while being built like a person in a costume is offensive, ridiculous, and utterly disturbing. Remember, this is the same bimbo who thought it was a good idea to wear a hot pink chicken wing necklace. Try saying that 3 times fast. A hot pink chicken wing necklace. This is the same bimbo who mocked Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, and whoever else in their songs. The same bimbo who married Dexter, allegedly. A blood gang member and a felon who can't legally own a gun to protect his family with from people like him. This fool can't even step on the property of his own child's school to pick them up after a long day of indoctrination and predictive programming. Imagine being a rich, fake-bodied heifer who stole the identity from a bleached blonde Barbie doll that's so stupid she got pregnant on purpose to the epitome of an ain't shit quasi man because of 2 reasons. Let's keep it 100 here. Nicki Minaj married Kenneth Petty for 2 reasons. 1, because his name is Ken. She's fake Barbie, so Ken and Barbie. Also because his last name is Petty and you're Petty, so that's a bonus. But 2 reasons, because his name is Ken and the whole Ken and Barbie thing. Number 1. Number 2,
you have a dominating, allegedly possibly maybe abusive, conquering and condescending personality and disposition. And he's in such an inferior position to you in life.
he has to ask you for permission to open a box of cereal.
Mommy, I want the Lucky Charms. Why, bitch? Because he's your son.
You wanted a son. You spoke that shit into existence, Nicki. You're always calling these female rappers your sons. No, Nicki. No, heifer. Your baby and your sorry ass husband are your sons. I bet you bought him a PlayStation 5 for Christmas. Nicki, it's not that black men choose white women. It's just smart and decent men want nothing to do with over-the-hill, premenopausal, geriatric, self-hating, narcissistic, demonic, moronic, psychotic, repetitive, unoriginal, boring Little Kim clones. Ignorant female rappers suffering from delusions of grandeur and a midlife crisis with an Oedipus complex, allegedly, possibly, maybe, and deeply rooted insecurities that force her to only choose man-child after man-child for relationship because a strong, intelligent, well-to-do man who has his shit together scares and intimidates the plastic princess so bad she melts under the pressure of having to step her own game up, grow up, and be woman enough to accept a man of a higher caliber, pedigree, and stock. I hope I answered your questions, Heifer. Nicki, R.I.P. Rest in bleach. Anyways, this is just my opinion. Just because I think that Nicki Minaj is a heifer. Just because I think she's out of her mind. Just because I think that Nicki Minaj needs to sit down. Just because I think that Nicki Minaj is a clown down to her pink, floor-length pink hair. Doesn't mean that you do. You might be a huge Nicki Minaj fan, about as big as her big fake booty. Remember, this video was made, okay, disclaimer, this video is not necessarily 100% accurate. It was made for comedic, entertainment, and parodying purposes. No rappers got hurt in the making of this video. Shout out to Nicki. If Nicki wants to battle me about it, I'll destroy her on the mic. It's no problem. I'll melt you and your husband. I got lyrics for days, heifer. I got punchlines. I got bars. Anyways, Nicki doesn't want to see me. She has weak punchlines. Anyway, this is all my opinion. Please let me know what you think about it below. Click the thumbs up button, subscribe, choose all notifications to let me know you made it all the way into the end of this video. The secret password to say in the comment section is Ether, because Nicki Minaj got destroyed by Remy Ma's Sheether, which was a remake of Nas's Ether going at Jay-Z. And I think I just ethered Nicki Minaj and her bullshit talking points, but I might be wrong. A lot of you may be some haters, but please let me know what you think about it below. Whose side are you on? Nicki Minaj, Kevin Samuels, or me? Click the thumbs up button right now. Thumbs up this video, subscribe. The links to the other 2 channels are in the description box. I gotta go, y'all.